Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2022 ski test videos. Right here we've got the big burly Volkl Katana 108. This ski definitely sits in what we consider the freeride category at 108 underfoot, but it shares a lot of similarities with some of Volkl's narrower skis like the Mantra 102, the M6 Mantra, the Kendo 88, etc., etc. Basically, we get the same style construction, the same style build, but at 108 underfoot, this ski is really designed for powerful big mountain charging, aggressive soft snow performance, so to speak. Let's take a look at the shape and then we'll talk about construction. The shape is pretty straightforward. We get a little bit of camber underfoot, although it's not very high rise camber whatsoever, just a couple millimeters of camber in each ski. And then we get long and low tip and tail rockers. So it starts about where each of my hands are, but it doesn't rise much off the snow. Again, kind of similar to the camber height. There's not much splay in this ski. And then construction's really cool and very important. This is something that Volkl's been developing over a few years, and we're finally starting to see what I consider the best versions of this Titanal frame and this style build. So they use a multi-layer wood core, and then like I just said, they use Titanal frame. So there's a sheet of metal along the base, and then along the top, the metal is basically cut into these kind of elongated horseshoe shapes. It doesn't meet underfoot, or at least this part of the metal doesn't meet underfoot. And then you also get carbon tips and tails. But really, the Titanal frame is a big part of the performance of this ski. It's a pretty burly, hefty, heavy ski, but by not using full sheets of metal on the top sheet, they're taking away a little bit of weight, probably more noticeable in swing weight than anything else, although it still is a heavier ski than most. But with the metal along the edges, when you tip it on edge, you're still getting a really, really strong, stable, damp feel, which is really important for skiers that like to ski fast and aggressively, which is what this ski is all about. It uses Volkl's 3D turn radius. Pretty cool stuff. We see this used in a lot of their skis. In this ski, the breakdown is 39 in the tip, 19 underfoot, and 34 in the tail. So those tip and tail dimensions are pretty big, which means a couple things. One, if you're kind of not pressuring the mid body of the ski, you can let the ski run into some big arcing turns, which is really fun if you're skiing terrain like big open bowls out west and stuff like that, which is where the ski really shines. You can just let it run into these big arcing super G turns, and the ski has the width and stability to do that through just about anything. Now, it's not a particularly forgiving ski, but by having slightly longer turn radii in the tips and tails, or maybe not, I shouldn't say slightly, significantly longer turn radii in the tips and tails, it actually does allow for slightly easier edge release than if you had more extended side cut through the tail specifically. So it does help give the ski a touch, and just a touch of forgiveness, because it is still a stiff, burly, heavy, demanding ski. And then you do get that 19-meter turn radius underfoot. So if you start kind of gas pedaling the ski, really pressing into the front of your boots, getting the ski to flex right here, you can kind of get it to make these quicker, rounder turns. So this ski can achieve a multitude of different turn shapes. It does require a pretty strong skier to make that happen, just because of its stiffness and its weight and stuff like that. Not really something I'd recommend for an intermediate or even like a less aggressive advanced skier. Probably doesn't need this, but a heavy or an aggressive advanced skier, and then an expert skier who just values like endless stability through just whatever, choppy snow, mixed snow, variable conditions, this is a really, really, really good choice. There aren't too many skis on the market that really achieve this level of power and precision in this width. So that's the Katana 108. Really cool ski to have. Let us know if you have any questions about it as usual, and we'll see you guys out there on the slopes.